Richard burns his wedding photos with Linda heartbroken, says goodbye to his dog of 8 years, gets in the car heading to the airport, throws away his wedding ring ending things with Linda for good. Meanwhile, Linda has no clue she's at the hospital with her first love Dennis. 5 days later she comes home. The place is empty. There's divorce papers on the bed from Richard. Linda finally realizes what she's done. She brought this on herself. If this video found you, it is not a coincidence. Drop a 777 in the comments. Your luck is about to change. Richard used to be a top robotics expert. Won every award you could think of. 8 years ago Linda got drugged, almost got assaulted by some thugs. Richard stepped in and saved her. The drug was kicking in. Richard helped her through it. Question is, would you be that good guy? Let me know in the comments. After marriage, Richard gave up his robotics career, became a stay-at-home dad, supported Linda's career and raised their 2 kids. Thought they'd be happy forever. But one day, Richard cooks a huge meal for his daughter's birthday. Waits until 8 p.m. no sign of Linda or the kids. Calls Linda. Gets a cold response. Linda tells Richard to stop calling her. She's busy. Hangs up on him. Richard's frustrated, nowhere to put it. Goes downstairs to walk the dog. Sees Linda and Dennis celebrating his daughter's birthday together. The kids are asking Dennis to be their dad. Dennis notices Richard watching. Wants to mess with Richard. Asks Linda if he celebrates the kid's birthday, would Richard be upset? Linda doesn't care about Richard's feelings at all. Claims 8 years ago when she got drugged, Richard set it all up. If Richard hadn't helped her that night, she never would have married him. Linda's words cut deep, right through Richard's heart. 8 years of sacrifice for this. Richard decides to leave Linda and the kids forever.
你就这么想我妈妈是吗？好，我帮你们实现生日愿望。
Back home, Richard drafts divorce papers, goes to the research institute to find his mentor, wants to return to research. Before Richard can even explain, his mentor pulls him into a room, shows Richard a robot, based on Richard's design from 8 years ago, upgraded, won over 60 awards, asks Richard to come back to the lab. He's irreplaceable talent. That's exactly why Richard came. Agrees to return to the lab in 7 days. Meanwhile, Richard's daughter is eating, gets a fish bone stuck in her throat. Linda struggles to help her cough it up. The nanny mentions Richard always removes the bones when he cooks. Linda suddenly remembers Richard exists. When Richard comes home, Linda immediately attacks him. Where was he instead of cooking? Richard doesn't bother explaining. Tells Linda there's a document on the bed. It's the divorce papers. Right when Linda opens the envelope, Dennis calls. Linda tosses the divorce papers on the couch. Linda promised Dennis could tutor the kids. Dennis is eager to move into Richard's house. Next morning, Linda brings Dennis to the house. The kids light up like they're seeing their real dad. Run straight to Dennis. Don't care about Richard's feelings at all. Beg Dennis to stay and be their dad. Linda leaves for work. Dennis wants to keep pushing Richard's buttons. Brings out a cake he baked himself. The kids are thrilled. Praise Dennis, saying he's amazing. Way better than Richard. The kids dig in, but the daughter is allergic to peanuts. She has a reaction and passes out. Richard rushes to check on his daughter. Tastes the cake. Dennis put peanuts in it. No time to blame Dennis. Richard rushes his daughter to the hospital. Richard never expects. When Linda arrives at the hospital, the son blames him for everything. Says Richard put peanut butter in the cake on purpose. Linda grabs Richard by the collar. Yells that Richard knows about the peanut allergy. Richard tries to explain he didn't make it. Linda doesn't believe him, pushes him away. Says he doesn't deserve to be their father. Even worse, Dennis doesn't admit he made the cake. Blames Richard just like the son did. Pretends it's his fault for not telling Richard about the allergy. Linda doesn't blame Dennis at all. Says for Dennis's sake, she'll let Richard off this time. The daughter wakes up, she's okay. She doesn't blame Dennis either. Asks Dennis to stay and tell her stories. They look like a real family. Richard's heart is breaking. As he's leaving, Linda stops him. Grandpa wants them all to have dinner in 4 days. Linda tells Richard to wear the clothes she bought. Don't embarrass her. Grandpa is the only one who understands Richard. Richard agrees. Dinner day arrives. Richard arrives early because he values Grandpa. He never expects. Linda brings Dennis to this family dinner. Linda's aunt and sister love Dennis. Here Dennis is a grad student studying robotics. The aunt says Dennis is way better than Richard. Linda's sister praises Dennis too. Unlike Richard, the useless house husband, all he does is cook. Seeing how they all treat him, Richard feels sick, excuses himself to the restroom. Dennis follows him into the elevator, grabs Richard by the collar.
叔叔的家人那么的讨厌你，你为什么不实施一点自己离婚滚蛋呢？我告诉你，如果我侄子把你给甩了，到时候他的孩子是我的，宋家的财产也全都是我的。
Dennis raises his fist. The elevator malfunctions. Metal crashes down on both of them. When Linda arrives with the rescue team, the rescuer sees immediately. Richard's ribs are broken. He needs to come out first. Linda doesn't care if Richard lives or dies. Demands they rescue Dennis first. When Richard wakes up, Linda is sitting next to him. She's not there to check on Richard. Tells Richard not to hold it against her for saving Dennis first. Says Richard is just a house husband. Even if he's paralyzed, she'll take care of him. But Dennis is different.
他每天要出去工作，他的身体不能有任何的影响。你一向懂事， 不会就因为这点小事就责怪宇轩。
Linda says she has things to do and leaves. No one's taking care of Richard. He drags himself to get water in pain, steps out of his room, sees something shocking. Linda's thing to do is taking care of Dennis next door, watching Linda and the kids laughing with Dennis like a family. Richard feels the pain all over again, realizes it's time to leave. Next morning, Richard checks himself out, burns his wedding photos at home, packs his bags, leaves the home he lived in for 8 years. His mentor welcomes him back to robotics, throws away his wedding ring in the car, ending it all. Meanwhile, Linda is still with Dennis, sees Richard checked himself out, realizes something's wrong, rushes home with the kids to find Richard, the house that used to be warm. No trace of Richard left, just the divorce papers Richard left on the bed.
离婚协议，石罗安要跟我离婚。